Hey there, Treasure fans. Joe Pub, Big D back here again with another weekly news update, and this is for October 15th, 2019. If you can believe it, we are halfway through October already. Where to go? So those of you new to the channel, what I like to do is once a week, usually on Mondays, I'll post this video where I talk about what's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD this week, what's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD next week. There's also 4K in there. And then at the end, I like to tell you what's announced. And then after when I'm done with all that, I kind of show you what I picked up last week. So let's get started. So tomorrow is kind of a big day. There's a couple pretty cool things coming out. A lot of 4K tomorrow. Yeah, let's just get started. So tomorrow we have Scarface 4K coming out tomorrow. For the first time available on 4K. There's also a special deluxe edition that comes with this statue. It's about yay big. 3 people kind of holding up the world. I think it says "The world is yours" on it. It's kind of like a golden statue. If you stay to the very end of this video, I did post, there's a picture at the very end of the video so you can see what it looks like. It's kind of hard to describe. But that's coming out on 4K tomorrow. The first time Scarface has been available on 4K. It's going to be available everywhere, I guarantee it. Also tomorrow, the first Hellboy is coming out in 4K finally. And there is an exclusive Best Buy Steelbook coming out for that as well tomorrow. Shout Factory is releasing the Omen collection. Finally, a special edition collection of those movies is coming out tomorrow by Shout Factory. Also, interesting side note, it's kind of stopping right here for a second. I was just notified that Shout Factory, Scream Factory's got a big Shocktober sale. Yes, Shocktober sale going on right now. There's a lot of titles that are dirt cheap. And what I mean by dirt cheap is, like, I know one of the things I've been looking for quite a while is House of Haunted Hill, which is normally $30, is on sale for $18.99. Another movie, the Sylvester Stallone classic Cobra, is on sale for $15.99, which is a really good deal for that movie. But they have a whole laundry list, a lot of steelbooks, a lot of special editions. They've even got the, I really kind of want it too. It's the special edition of, oh, come on, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 with the action figure on it. I think it's like $34. It's something ridiculously cheap. So I'll leave a link down to below, but you might want to check it out. There's some really good horror titles that are on there, and Scream Factory puts out some really good quality stuff. There's a lot of really good movies there, so you might want to check that out. Although The Omen's not going to be on that set, it's brand new. Also tomorrow, the movie I'm most excited about coming out tomorrow, actually the second most movie I'm excited about, is Crawl, the Barry Pepper classic, as I'm calling it now. That gets come out tomorrow. Special side note on that one, I did notice, I've seen a couple review copies from people that have put them up. There is a sticker on there for 3 months free of the Shudder streaming channel. Why I mention it is currently right now in Shudder, this is what I've been waiting for, is they've got the Creepshow TV series. I'm a big fan of Creepshow. Matter of fact, you'll see why in a few minutes why I like Creepshow so much. But and they've got a bunch of other shows that my wife, something about witches, the history of witches or something like that's on there. But if you buy Crawl, you do get 3 free months of that, which is a pretty good deal. So that comes out tomorrow. Also, American Gangster 4K comes out tomorrow. House on Haunted Hill Season 1, the HBO horror series, comes out tomorrow. If you've never seen that, definitely check it out. It is a good one. I really, really enjoyed it. I really got into it. Also tomorrow, the other movie that I'm really looking forward to is 3 from Hell, which is the 3rd movie in the, I guess you want to call it a trilogy, now the Rob Zombie trilogy. It's the 3rd movie in that series, starting off with the House of 1,000 Corpses. So, and then ending up with, why do I always do this? Every time you know what? Hold on a second. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna forget this time. Sorry. Devil's Rejects. Why do I always forget that? I have no idea. So, House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and now this is the 3rd movie in the series, which is 3 from Hell. I've heard mixed reviews on it. Oh, it's coming out in 4K, which is surprising. Didn't see that one coming. But it's obviously one of Sig Haig's last movies, which I'm really excited to see that because he's a nice guy, and it's a horror icon we lost earlier this year or later this year. Actually, it wasn't only a few weeks ago, wasn't it? You should be able to find most of these movies so far anywhere tomorrow. These are all big titles. Now we're getting to the more, a little bit, actually one more. Stuber is also coming out tomorrow, and that'll be another one you should be able to find anywhere. Actually, also Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. That should be everywhere tomorrow. And Night Hunter, which I wasn't too sure about, but I've seen a review, not a review, but a picture of it, and it actually starred a couple people I really like, Henry Cavill and Alexander Daddario. Wouldn't be picking that up now. So that comes out tomorrow. Devil's Revenge with William Shatner, which I've talked about before, comes out tomorrow. That's going to be, I think, order that online. I don't think any stores are going to carry that. And then Arrow Video is releasing Killer Nun tomorrow. Again, probably Amazon for that or the Arrow website. And also tomorrow, the Ultraman, the complete Blu-ray series is coming out. Again, I think it's only going to be available. I want to say it's Mill Creek, so you'll be able to get off their website, but also you'll be able to find that on obviously on Amazon. Then the last thing coming out tomorrow is Twin Peaks, the complete series on Blu-ray. It's a pretty nice little box set coming out. If you only had the DVD version, which was this should be a nice upgrade for you. So that is it for tomorrow. I can tell you this: I've already ordered the Hellboy 4K Steelbook. Want to get that in? I have the other two movies, the remake of Hellboy on Steelbook and Hellboy 2 on Steelbook. So now I have all three of them on Steelbook. We can crawl for sure. Not just because I really love the movie. And you can see my review. I did a review it a couple months ago. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite movies of this year so far. So I'll be definitely picking up that and 3 from Hell. Obviously, I'll be getting that one as well. Next week, it's a little bit different week. I don't know. I'm not too excited about what's coming out. A couple of things I'm kind of excited about. There's a couple of things I'm not. So the biggest title coming out next, believe it or not, is they're re-releasing Charlie's Angels in a 4K, and then they're releasing Charlie's Angels. This part makes no sense to me. So releasing the first Charlie's Angels in 4K, and there's going to be a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. However, the second Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, is going to be re-released on Blu-ray. So that makes no sense to me. I know that they're gearing up for the new Charlie's Angels movie that's coming to theaters in a couple weeks, but why release the first one in 4K and not the second one? Also, we have the big title coming out next week, and I'm really looking forward to this. I want to see it in theaters, is the live-action Lion King coming out next week. It's going to be in DVD, Blu-ray, there's a 4K disc, and there is a expensive Steelbook, and of course there'll be a Digibook with Target. Kino Lorber is releasing Parasite 3D and Trilogy of Terror 2 next week. The other one I'm excited about is Wonder Woman Bloodlines. It's the new animated Wonder Woman movie coming out. There will be a Target exclusive Steelbook on that one. And then the one my wife's really excited about is Veronica Mars Season 1. Not Season 1 as in many years ago, Season 1 as in Season 1 of the reboot of the series. That'll be coming out next week. A movie called Bloodline is coming out next week. Angel of Mine. Strange but True 2. Also, the Daniel Craig 007 4K box set. So all the previous Daniel Craig 007 movies are coming out in 4K. You know what's funny about that? You know what's really funny about 007 is I used to be able to name every James Bond movie that came out up until Daniel Craig's movies. Don't get me wrong, I like Daniel Craig as James Bond, but I kind of lost interest after that. So I was a big fan of, the ones, obviously Roger Moore. I was a really big fan of Sean Connery. Timothy Dalton even did a decent job. I mean, he wasn't the best, but I mean, I got to Daniel Craig, and I know, I guess maybe because I've got a little bit older, I've kind of, even though those movies have been really good, just not as excited about James Bond movies. I guess because they're not as cheeky as they used to be. You look at, especially Roger Moore movies, they were pretty cheeky. But I enjoyed those. Sean Connery was always really cool and suave and debonair. Pierce Brosnan, I was a big fan of Pierce Brosnan, too. I really liked those movies. But, I don't know. Daniel Craig, I think, like I said, there have been really good movies. I just think that the newer movies are so much more, I don't know how to explain it. There's just something different between the modern iteration of James Bond versus the other iterations of James Bond. I'm kind of a purist when it comes to old school stuff like that. But that's my opinion. But he still did really good. Don't get me wrong. I go see every one of Daniel Craig's James Bond movies in theaters. It's just, they don't have as much replay value to them as, say, some of the older movies do. That's the better one. So that comes out next week. And then the last movie that comes out I want to talk about is a movie called Satanic Panic. It's got a couple of famous people in it, and I've heard a little bit of buzz about it, so I'm kind of curious about that. A lot of movies with, Satan come out this week, although it is Halloween time, isn't it? All right, so that is it for what's coming out this week and what's coming out next week. By the way, I did do my notes this time. I didn't forget them at work. Yay! So now let's talk about what was announced. So obviously the big announcement, this is not even movie related, this is just player related. Sony did announce the PS5, and that will have a 4K player in it, which is pretty big. I mean, let's be honest. Blu-ray beat out HD because of Sony. Sony put the Blu-ray player in all their PS3s. The next thing you know, they won the HD war. So, pretty stoked about that. Get a 4K player in there with all the enhanced features. Only cross my fingers that they make it backwards compatible. I'm kind of tired of having to buy a new system, and then I got to keep the old systems all the time because I can't play those games. So, cross my fingers. Finally, they get around to doing some backwards compatibility. I do have my original PlayStation. I do have my original PlayStation 2. I have my original PlayStation 3. Obviously, I got my original PlayStation 4. I got my Xbox One, my Xbox 360. I still have all of them because they don't do backwards compatibility. Well, they do kind of, but not completely. So So yeah, that's my take on PS5. I am really excited about it though. It sounds really robust. It sounds going to be do a lot of really cool stuff. So movie announcement wise, the movie was so, I read this over the weekend. And I literally screamed because I love this movie so much. It's a movie called 3,000 Miles to Graceland. If you've never seen it before, it's got Kevin Costner and Kurt Russell. It's about a bunch of guys that dress up as Elvis and they rob a bank in Vegas, and then all the insanity ensues afterwards. And I love that movie. I saw it twice in theaters. Went and saw it opening day and went back the next day and saw it again. I really like that. It's coming out the 19th of November. I am all over it. Also, The Whole Nine Yards, another Sony feature, because 3,000 Miles from Graceland is Sony. Although I thought it was Warner Brothers originally, but Sony's releasing it. They're also releasing A Whole Nine Yards. Will be out on the same day, the 19th of November. We have a movie called Mary, starring Gary Oldman, that comes out on the 26th of November. Krypton Season 2, which, by the way, was a really good season. It has been canceled. I'm hoping somebody picks it up. But so far, it is a canceled series now. But Season 2 was so much better even than Season 1. I really like Season 1. That will be coming out on the 14th of January 2020. Whoa. We're already getting titles for January. So that's coming out. Also, Angel Has Fallen, the third movie in the Olympus, and those movies have fallen movies, is coming out, and that'll be out on the 26th of November as well, right after Thanksgiving, I think. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a steelbook because there was for the last one. And then Shout Factories have finally got a tentative date for their Slumber Party Massacre Steelbook Special Edition, and that'll be out the 21st of January, 2020. And the last title they announced, and I was really surprised to see how fast they announced this because it just came out in theaters like 4 weeks ago, and that is the movie Hustlers, which will be on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. I did review that movie a couple weeks ago. You should check my review out. It's a fun movie for sure. I did have some issues with it, but it's still fun. But that is coming out December 10th. I was kind of surprised. Again, that's a really quick release, but it makes sense. It's something you want, even though you kind of they're trying to put it out for Christmas. You think, is it really appropriate? To some people it is, but it makes sense. It's coming out, and those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, actually, it's still in theaters, so you could still see it. Or if you're waiting, it will be out on the 10th of December. So that is it for this week, next week, and what was announced. Now let's talk about what I did pick up last week. So I did pick up a few new titles last week, and then I picked up a few older titles last week. So new release-wise, I picked up Midsommar. I don't know. It sounds really cool. Looking forward to seeing it. It's supposed to be a really good horror movie, so we'll see. But I did pick that up. There's the back for you. I also picked up, and I told you I was going to pick this one. I picked up Deadwood the movie. I have to. I have the whole series. I'm a big fan of this series. Timothy Olyphant. Great. Just is amazing in this. I mean, actually, the whole cast is really good. This is a really good. If you've never seen Deadwood before, just sit down and watch the first couple episodes. I guarantee you're going to get hooked. You're going to get hooked really fast. So, and Ian McShane as Sweargen, best character ever. So, definitely want to check this out. But I did pick this up. There's the back for you. And then the last new release I did pick up, and you guys got to figure this, I did pick up the Steelbook of Toy Story 4, 4K Steelbook Edition. Kind of a plain cover. The front's okay. I actually like the back because it's got, was it Duke Kaboom, whatever the name is right there? That guy character was awesome. Kind of a plain one, but I still think it's pretty cool. Different though, because they released Toy Stories 1 through 3 earlier this year in Steelbook forms, and they were so much more colorful than this. This is much more drab, but still a really cool Steelbook. It does look really nice. The inside's got a, I can't really show the inside because I got to take everything apart, but it's a really nice Steelbook. So I picked that up. Now, what else did I pick up last week? I did pick up a few other things that weren't new release-wise. I had this $5 coupon I got when I picked up my pills at the Target the other day. So I picked up this for $8. I never seen it. I like Seth Rogen. Charlize Theron's a pretty good actress, so figured $8 after that coupon. Go and check it out. Actually, this was a new release too, but I can't remember if this was last week or the week before last, but I finally got it, and it's the Addams Family Values 2 featured disc. Actually, it's 2 movies. They're not on the same disc. They're separate discs, which is really nice. My only complaint, I would love to get digital copies of these things. But really start to finally have, this has never been available on Blu-ray. This movie has, but this movie's never been available on Blu-ray, so it's the first time. So glad to finally have these. I love these movies. These movies are great. Raul Julia is amazing in these movies. Was it Angelica Houston's amazing. I mean, just Christina Ricci. These are fun movies. So there's the back. There's no special features. That's kind of a bummer, but to have them on Blu-ray, I can deal with it. All right, then I put this off for a long time, and it finally went down enough where I was like, I need to pull the trigger. And then I was surprised I got the slipcover because it came out a couple years ago. It is the third movie in the Return of the Living Dead series, Return of the Living Dead 3. Ironically enough, it's like my favorite one, too. But don't get me wrong, I love the first two, too. I mean, I love all of them. There's just 3 movies I can sit down anytime and watch them. But I just hadn't got this. I had the DVD of it. I had it for the longest time. I kept putting it off. I kind of make excuses. But I finally pulled the trigger. And sure enough, when it came in, it had the slipcover. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, I won't get the slipcover. But pretty stoked on this. It's a really good movie. It's a lot of fun, a little cheeky. Probably not as cheesy as the first 2 movies. There's a little bit more seriousness, but there's still some comedy to it too. But finally got this movie. And the last movie, this is going to explain my creep show excitement about the Shudder thing, is I've been wanting to get this for a really long time. And every time I get the price, it's always really, really expensive, or out of print, or something else going wrong with it, or you can't get it right now, whatever. Randomly, Amazon threw this up there because I have a tracker on it that watches it, and it's always been really, really expensive. And it's like, I'm not paying that price. I got an email one day that said, hey, check this price out, like $20. And I'm like, ugh. So Creepshow 2, finally, I got the Arrow edition, the Arrow special edition of Creepshow 2. So now I have the Shout Factory Uber Deluxe edition of Creepshow, and now I got the Arrow version of Creepshow 2. I am so excited because I actually love both these movies. Each one of them have a certain stories within each movie that I really, really like. I'm a big fan of the one where out on the raft in the water. I think that one's awesome. I actually love the one of the Native American statue. I think that one's really cool too. So really stoked to finally get this. I'm a big Creepshow fan. George Romero, I'm a big Joe Romero fan. So, and Stephen King obviously too. Love his stuff. So this just made sense. Now I had the old original Blu-ray, which it had nothing on it, but finally I'm gonna get rid of that. That's going somewhere else, and this is going in its place. Just look at all the special features on the back, man. Just look at that. I mean, there's so much cool stuff on here. I am so stoked to finally have this movie. You don't understand. I was like, I literally, when they sent the text, I ran in the front room and I go, sweetheart, I need to do this now. I need to do this now. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, I need to get this. It's never been, she knows too. She knows that I've been wanting to get this for a real long time, and it's always been so expensive. So, bam, I got it. Totally stoked. So that is it for what's coming out this week. Next week was been announced and what I picked up. Just to let you know, we'll be putting out a video later on this week with some movie reviews. These aren't theatrical. These are movies that I've been watching for a while. I've been promising to do little reviews on. So I got about, I think, 7 movies that I've watched recently that I'm going to do reviews on. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys all for watching. Click the like button down below if you enjoyed the video. Leave me some comments. Are you excited about any of these movies coming out the next couple weeks? What do you think of my picks that I picked up last week? Leave me some comments down below. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos by me, Big D. Click the little bell button up in the corner to notify when I put up new videos. Again, thank you guys all for watching. I really, really, truly appreciate it. You guys rock. I'm still working on a contest. I just don't have any good ideas for it because I hit that 200 recently. So again, thank you guys all for that. But I am working on something. You guys are awesome. Please share this video. I really appreciate the people that have done that. Everybody take care out there because you just never, it's craziness out there. So always take care. Always keep hunting because you never know because you're fine. I should live by that. I didn't actually hunt last week, so I'll try to get out this week. Thank you again, everybody. And as always, live long and prosper. Bye.